Hello everybody, my name is FroggyG422 and I'm coming at you live with some new season meta changes. Currently in this squad we are running, I believe is the double ground type team with Dusclops. I ran this yesterday on stream, had a load of fun with it, very positive in the end of the day. It seems like meta, even with all the water types around, Shadow, K-wak and Gligar have play into them. So let's get right into it and see what we have to offer. First match, Shadow K-wak into Quagsire. This is not a bad matchup, especially with a lot of Quagsires running Mud Bomb. So I'm going to take my chances and no shield the first matchup. If it's Mud Bomb, we're looking really good. In comes the move, in comes Mud Bomb, and we're absolutely loving to see that I can throw two, then the move. This Bone Club should get the KO or put him one Mud Slap away. In comes the Bone Club. I missed that. I missed that little, just a tiny little circle of energy, and that would have put him one Mud Slap away. Man, I've had problems with that, with the game just not registering me hitting just one circle. And it can make the difference. But I come out with energy, come out with a Bone Club loaded. Do I make it to another one? Bone Club 1 coming through. I need to live a Shadow Claw. I live it. Get the Bone Club through. This is looking really good for me. Even though I used a shield, I should be able to take two shields or make them farm down. I take two shields. In comes Dusclops. Dusclops can just eat up this energy. And I'm thinking I just let Dusclops go. Just tank all this energy onto the Dusclops. Come in Gligar for a farm down. Going to throw the Shadow Punch right away so they cannot farm down. As you see, Cryogenics just subscribed. I need to put that off my gameplay. We're learning. Video making makes this worse. So I have to change the follows because we might have a ton of follows. But in comes the Gligar. I let that go through. And that's GG's. I have a shield. I have energy loaded. Two digs should KO this Galarian Stunfisk, not ready for the double ground. And this is exactly why I ran double ground. I saw a lot of matchups just weak to it. Just weak to it. So, pull it out and let's have some fun. First match in the works. I did manage to go 3-2, then 4-1. You are seeing the 4-1 set right now. Into the next match. Marowak into Swampert. I learned to play this very peculiar. I can't say that word. Don't worry about it. I got a speech impediment. But very interesting matchup from the Swampert. If you shield once, you can win the two shields. Well, if you shield twice, you can win the two shields. So, and this is exactly what he needed to do, was take his shield and swap out. But Gligar being met with the Dusclops, something Gligar does not want to see. Two digs do not KO. Only the Shadow Gligar gets the two digged KO. And I can comfortably throw Ice Punch after Ice Punch. If he no-shields this, I can go straight Shadow Punch. He no-shields. I'm going to farm up to the Shadow Punch. Deny his energy by going for the Shadow Punch. This should pick up the KO. Does he shield it? No, he doesn't. He lets it go through. In comes the Furret. And this is just one thing that core breaks my team. But luckily, I have just enough play into this Furret to win this matchup. Shadow Ice Punches will be coming through. In comes the Gligar. He is up two shields and it's just not looking good for me. I need to get a farm down on this Furret. In comes the Trailblaze. I need to go straight Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace 1 coming through. This should pick up the shield. Yes, it does. Can I get another shield? These Fury Cutters are adding up. Will this be the Swift? I have to no-shield it. I have to hope I make it to an aerial ace. In comes the Swift. I live it. But those boosted sucker punches KO me. And now I have moves loaded on the K-wak. Farm up one. Deny his move. In comes the K-wak. With the Bone Club. Getting the shield. Throw once, catch the move. I'm going to no-shield this. This is looking really good for me now. I can farm up even more energy. In comes the Swift. He's getting up energy, so even less energy I can farm up this matchup. I'm going to throw one, then throw the move. My loose con is shielding or taking a move from that Furret. Bone Club coming through, getting the KO. In comes Swampert. He farmed up and took a move from me. He needs to farm up to 2 moves, but he will not make it there. Bone Club coming through and sending this trainer home. That's a GG's. Love to see that. Love to see that. I had a lot of fun with this team. It was very consistent, very just, not RPS-y, but it had play into everything. Just like this, Mandibuzz coming in, and I'm going to stay in the K-wak. I have absolutely no answer to a Mandibuzz, but I call the bait, I call the catch, but my team also has no answer to Diggersby. What is this? What am I going to do? In comes the Bone Club. What am I going to do? But I actually do have an answer to Diggersby. Gligar resists all of Diggersby's moves. In comes the Gligar. We're going to no-shield it. Scorching Sands is resisted. Fire Punch is resisted. Does no damage. I can farm up even more this matchup. I am not scared of this Diggersby. I could have just swapped out immediately on this Diggersby matchup. But I farmed to 2 moves. I'm going to throw the pause. I'm going to throw the dig. Get that through. In comes the Mandibuzz, and he's going to be met with the aerial ace spam. I can come back in Marowak and farm on that Mandibuzz, but I decide to take a move. I think it's going to be the aerial ace, and I live it. It's the Dark Pulse. I live it anyway. In comes Marowak. Throw one, throw the move on CMP. In comes the Rock Slide. Rock Slide being nerfed a couple of seasons ago, so not at its full potential, but Rock Slide will get the job done. Doing big damage to that Mandibuzz. I can no-shield this. Dark Pulse coming through. It doesn't do enough damage to farm me down. Do I throw the Bone Club? No, I'm going to farm up. I'm going to use a shield. I'm looking at a potential farm down if I do throw the Bone Club. In comes the aerial ace. And in comes a Diggersby. He throws a move. Do I save? Yes, I save all the energy on K-wak, hoping it goes into the back line. I get the farm down on Diggersby. He's up 2 shields, but I'm hoping Dusclops has a lot of play into the back. In comes Mandibuzz, and I'm fighting uphill. Trainer has 2 shields to my 0. And as you see there, I'm just going a little too quickly. In comes the Mandibuzz. I do not get the farm down. I have to come in Dusclops. Hope for the farm down. I get it. What comes in next? In comes a Fortress, and I need to play to my win cons. Marowak has a move loaded. Dusclops resisting the Bug Bites. This game is the longest game of the set, and you're going to see why. 2 tanks into my tank. And he's throwing Sand Tombs. I don't think Trainer has Earthquake, so he does not have KO potential. In comes Shadow Punch. After Shadow Punch, I get the first shield. Do I get the next shield? He cannot shield this. Marowak is looming in the back with a Bone Club loaded. In comes Shadow Punch. The next Shadow Punch will KO. Will he throw the Rock Tomb, hoping for the KO? This is all that matters. Maybe he's running Sand Tomb Earthquake. I don't understand why he would. But he throws the Sand Tomb. It doesn't get the KO. In comes Shadow Punch. This should pick up the KO or the shield. Shadow Punch coming through. It picks up the shield. In comes K-wak with the double play. Bone Club will for sure be picking up the KO. And that is GG's. And as you see, 15 seconds left. We almost went for the full timer. Alright, into one of the last matches of the set. Marowak into Caesar. This is not as comfortable as a matchup as you think. Caesar can win this. Let me drink some of my tea. In comes Caesar. That Night Slash does a lot of damage. I'm potentially in farm down range, but I can take a shield, and I'm double ground. I have 3 answers to this Caesar, and he lets it go through. Very smart decision, but also could be my lose con. In comes the Furret, and now I just don't have an answer to this. In comes Gligar. I have to play this very safe, hoping it's the Swift. No shielding. In comes the Swift. If you no shield the Swift off the bat, that is the correct play. You want to shield the first Trailblaze, no shield the first Swift. That is how you're playing the Gligar versus Furret matchup. You will still lose it, but you will come out with the most potential damage as possible. I get a shield. In comes another Aerial Ace. We are going for Aerial Ace spam right now, hoping to get one of these to go off. Aerial Ace 2 comes through. I'm getting a lot of damage. I need to shield this, but as you're going to see, that could potentially be the lose con. In comes a Trailblaze. He's boosting up his Swifts. Aerial Ace will not be reached. And I'm in a rock and a hard place right now. I'm going to shield, hoping he lets it go through. In comes the Aerial Ace, hoping he lets this go through. An Ice Punch might KO this Furret. He lets it go through. In comes a Dedenne. And we're not looking too hot. Do I have any potential of winning this? This could be the loss in the 4-1 set. In comes Parabolic Charge. In comes Shadow Punch. I need to get as much damage off as possible. The more he ramps up, the worse it gets. He goes for the first shield. Dusclops throwing another move. I need to go for a catch here. That is my only win con. In comes the Shadow Punch. Keep farming up. He's farming up a lot. What does he throw? He could end it here with Play Rough. But no, Parabolic Charge comes through. I gotta hope. No, I do not. I will not get the catch. It's just looking like he farmed me down, and going down those shields are my lose con. And I don't make it to the Shadow Punch. In comes Gligar. He makes it to a move, and that is G. That is the one loss of the 4-1 set, but let's get into the last match. Marowak into low kicks, and this is a core breaker. I don't know what I could do, but I'm going to stay in Marowak. I should have swapped Gligar, but Gligar is my only answer to this, so I have to hope I can somehow beat this. There is no reason for him not to throw the Trailblaze, so I need to shield up the first move. It gets shielded. In comes Gligar. Fury Cutter is super effective. Aerial Ace is super effective. Low kicks. A really good pick as the lead. He gets the boost, but he is down a shield. Does he two-shield his low kicks? If he does, then it's looking really good for my backline. He two-shields the low kicks. I'm hoping for a full Fury Cutter farm down. I'm going to shield this, hoping that I get the farm down before he farms me down. In comes the Trailblaze, and he swaps out into a Diggersby. This is what we like to see. Diggersby is baited out. I can farm down that low kicks. Low kicks does not have their boost anymore. In comes Marowak into the Diggersby. Now this is a bad matchup. Gligar needs to be somewhere other than Diggersby, but Gligar is a hard counter to Diggersby. So how do you play that? Well, you let Marowak absolutely go wild, and I'm thinking, I should have no-shielded this, because it's the Fire Punch. Do I make it to another move? But he throws really quickly, and I'm thinking, Trainer, are you throwing the Fire Punch? Yes, he is. I live it. That is his blunder. In comes the low kicks. I get farmed out, but it's good. It's all good. Gligar can come and get the full farm down. He cannot come in Diggersby anymore, or he warrants the farm down. In comes a Toxapex. I'm going to farm up to a move. I think that move will be crucial. In comes Dusclops, and he does not have his nuke move available anymore. Sludge Wave is resisted. Brine coming through. And I'm just going to farm up to always have two moves so that Diggersby cannot catch me lacking. Shadow Punch coming through. And as you see, this is going to be a very long matchup, but I think I have this in the bag as long as I keep to two moves. He's already half health. I'm at a move and a half. Get the little sneak through. We're looking really good right now. Brine coming through. Does he go for a catch? No, he doesn't. Will he go for a catch, or is he just tapping to tap? Shadow Punch coming through. I'm at the double. I'm going to throw it right away. He doesn't go for a catch. The longest match in history is coming to a close. Shadow Punch coming through. I'm coming in with Gligar to make this match a little bit quicker. And Aerial Ace will be picking up the KO, and that is GG's from the Double Ground team. No, it doesn't pick up the KO. Will Dusclops pick up the KO? No, Dusclops does not. And it looks like I'm going to lose. Fire Punch coming through, but I live it. Hex gets the KO. And that's a GG's. Thank you to everybody watching. If you've watched this far, please comment your favorite Pokemon. I am FroggyG422. If you want to see these battles live, come out and check the Twitch in the description. But with that being said, that is the video. I stream every day around 8 p.m. my time, Central Standard Time. But thank you all for watching. I am Froggy. Peace out.